In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college basketball games happening on February 6, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Duke versus Miami, Florida. There will be some Monday Night Madness in the Atlantic Coast Conference as the Duke Blue Devils travel to South Beach to take on the Miami Hurricanes. Duke comes in with a record of 17-6 overall and 8-4 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Blue Devils are not rated at this point, certainly uncharacteristic for the perennial top 10 team. Meanwhile, number 23 Miami comes in at 18-5 overall and 9-4 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Duke comes into this game with a 17-6 record overall, and they have gone 9-14 against the spread. In the last game against North Carolina, the defense gave up only 57 points, and that led to the 6-point defeat. 2 games ago against Wake Forest, Duke was able to secure a 75-73 victory. Duke is averaging 72.5 points, while their defense is giving up 63 points per game. The offense is ranked 159th, while the defense is ranked 33rd. Kyle Filipowski is averaging 16 points while shooting 43.1% from the field and 28.9% from behind the 3-point line. On the other side of this matchup is Miami, who sits with an 18-5 record overall, and they have gone 14-9 against the spread. In the last game against Clemson, they went on the road and they were defeated 78-74. Nigel Pack had a strong game, finishing with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Miami is averaging 78 points while their defense is giving up 70 points per game. The offense is ranked 40th in the league, while their defense is ranked 205th in college basketball. Duke is 0-7 against the spread in their last 7 games, following an against the spread win, and 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 games against a team with a winning record, while the under is 3-0-1 in their last 4 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600. Miami is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall, and 15-6-1 against the spread in their last 22 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 4-1 in their last 5 home games. These teams met back on January 21st, and Duke escaped with a 68-66 win, though they lost against the spread as -6 favorites at home. Both teams shot poorly in that contest, but the Hurricanes had it real bad, shooting just 34.9% from the field. However, they did shoot well from 3, shooting 1-0 for 2-1 from beyond the arc. The Hurricanes have shot nearly 49% overall in their last 5 games, so they entered this game with a hot hand that should allow them to put up better shooting numbers. If they can shoot as well from 3-point range again, they could roll. Miami is 12-0 straight up at home this season and 6-6 against the spread there, but 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 at home. Duke is 2-4 straight up on the road this season and 1-5 against the spread away from Cameron. Duke is coming off an emotional win over North Carolina, and in this game they are going to take a step back. This Duke team still isn't great, and Miami is going to have no issue running up the score here. Miami is averaging 78 points per game, and they are going to get close to that number here. I like Miami to shoot much better in this game behind a fired-up crowd and a desire to make up for that 2-point loss from a couple weeks back. So the Miami Hurricanes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Together, these 2 teams have had a combined 26 of their games go under, including their prior meeting when they accounted for 134 points on a 148 total. Duke has scored 68 or fewer points twice in their last 5 games and held their opponents to 66 or under 3 times in that stretch. Miami also scored 68 or less in 2 of their last 5 games. The Blue Devils' defense is going to be the key for this one, and they have shown that they can keep the Miami offense at bay. This time we are expecting the Hurricanes to play a bit better, but Duke will definitely knock them off of their current run of form, if only slightly. Miami is ranked 125th in the Ken Palm tempo ratings, and Duke is ranked 269th. This won't be an up-tempo affair, and if Duke controls the pace, it could get very slow. 2 of 3 last 3 meetings between these 2 went below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas versus Kansas. The number 8 Kansas Jayhawks will host the number 10 Texas Longhorns inside Allen Fieldhouse at 9 p.m. on Monday on ESPN. The Jayhawks have won 19 out of the 21 games played at Kansas in this rivalry. Kansas leads the all-time series 36-12, but Texas has won 3 of the last 4. The teams split 2 meetings last season. The Texas Longhorns are 19-4 this season after they defeated Kansas State by a score of 69-66 in their last game. Texas shot 45.1% from the field and forced 19 turnovers in the win. The Texas Longhorns are averaging 79 points per game, 68 points against per game, 35 rebounds per game, and 16.6 assists per game. Marcus Carr has led the Longhorns this season with 16.4 points per game, 4 assists per game, and 2.9 rebounds per game. Texas is shooting 48% from the field, 74.9% on free throws, and 33.1% on three-pointers this year. The Kansas Jayhawks are 18-5 this season after they lost to Iowa State by a score of 68-53 in their last game. Kansas shot 38.6% from the field and turned the ball over 20 times in the loss. The Kansas Jayhawks are averaging 76 points per game, 68 points against per game, 37 rebounds per game, and 16.8 assists per game. Jalen Wilson has led the Jayhawks this season with 21.5 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, and 2.5 assists per game. Kansas is shooting 46.1% from the field, 72.4% on free throws, and 35.6% on three-pointers this year. Texas is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 6-14 against the spread in their last 20 road games. The over is 10-4-1 in Texas' last 15 games. Kansas is 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 Monday games and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 home games. The over is 8-3-1 in Kansas' last 12 Monday games. The road team is 12-4-1 against the spread in these two teams' last 17 head-to-head meetings. The way Kansas is trending right now, it would be hard to back them against a consistent Texas team. Yes, Kansas has played the toughest NET strength of schedule in the nation, but it's not often that Kansas loses 4 of its last 6 games. If there was ever a time for the Longhorns to steal a win at Allen Fieldhouse, this might be it. Kansas has only covered the spread in 2 of its last 8 games, while Texas is 4-1 against the spread in its last 5. Texas hasn't had much success winning games in Lawrence over the years, but the Longhorns are battle-tested on the road this season in the Big 12. They already have conference road victories at Kansas State, West Virginia, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. Texas has a very balanced offensive attack, and they shoot very well from the field. Kansas, on the other hand, has been relying on one player recently to carry the load. I like the balance of Texas. So long as Texas doesn't have that big win hangover in this one, I think they'll have a great shot at a win here. Texas and Kansas both have over-under splits this season that favor the over. Texas has an over-under split of 12-9, and Kansas has a split of 13-10. The Longhorns are one of the nation's highest scoring teams, averaging nearly 80 points per game, and they play at that 88th fastest adjusted tempo in the country according to Ken Palm. Kansas's adjusted tempo ranks 95th. The Jayhawks put up 90 points in their most recent conference home game, and both teams are ranked inside the top 100 in terms of field goal percentage. This feels like a high-scoring, up-tempo rivalry game is brewing in Kansas. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.